Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show. This has just been just a wacky racing week. Especially Xfinity race today. Trucks was just a bunch of chaos. Today, my God. I'm going to get into Connor's Elch winning the race. If you saw what happened, you saw what happened. I'll talk about the win and shit in a moment. But he slipped on the window net, celebrating, and fell on his head. And they immediately cut the commercial. I'm starting to get a little concerned, but I think he might. I'm not going to speculate though. I mean, he fell on his head. Maybe it's just a concussion. Well, I did just kind of speculate, but I don't know what else. I mean, the good news is he was setting up in the ambulance, so he's not paralyzed or anything. Just hope maybe it's just a concussion, because hopefully he isn't seriously hurt. But if he was seriously hurt, I don't know. Just sucks, man. Didn't look good. But the good news is he was talking to medical. It was a bad fall. It looked like his ankle got twisted. It just looked bad. You know, surprised it's not happened in Victory Lane before. Because it's never happened. The only other time someone had a fall in Victory Lane was when Cole Custer, I think one was at Kentucky or something, and fell on his ass, but he fell on his ass, not his head. Head first. That was a nasty fall. It's definitely not what you want to see, and such unfortunate ways to get hurt. But he was speaking to the medical team, which is good news. I say he just knocked himself out. But he sat up in the ambulance, so hopefully it's very, very good news. Hopefully. It's just a freak accident. You know, it says it's never happened in Victory Lane before. I've always worried that a driver would do this one day, and of course that's been one of my favorite drivers. But even if it happened to a driver I hated, I would still be very concerned. But I've never seen this happen. I'm shocked it doesn't happen more, you know, because of all the excitement. I guess he just forgot to put the window net inside the car instead of leaving it out. It's just a freak accident. Shit happens. I'm not worried about, oh, is he gonna race in the Cup race tomorrow? Is he gonna race in the Cup race tomorrow? Because honestly, that doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter about if he's gonna race tomorrow or not, because we should not be thinking about anything other than him being okay. Whether or not he's going to race in the Cup race, that should be the least of anyone's worry. The only thing that matters right now is if he's okay. I'm just hoping maybe it's just maybe it's just mild concussion. I don't know. But he's been transported to a local hospital for further evaluation. So I don't know. I wish we could just restart this day all over. But the good news is he's awake and alert, so any other updates will come from Junior Motorsports themselves. If he has to take off Daytona, so be it. But can't call me, I guess, old-fashioned, but I don't want to see that video over and over. I hate having to dodge it every 10 seconds I'm scrolling for updates, because it's just brutal to watch, and especially when it's one of your favorite drivers. It's just brutal. But that's the update. Transported to local hospital for further evaluation. He's awake and alert. So that's really all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you, man. Hopefully it's just precautionary, but that's really all I can say. just a freak accident. They need to at least make that mandatory that a few crew guys stand near the driver. Or something. But yeah, horrible fall. I mean, this is the most insane, unusual Friday and Saturday of NASCAR I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't know what to say. This weekend, it's just been cursed. I don't even want to know what's going to happen tomorrow. At this point, it was just a buzzkill. I was going to come on and be here and be happy that he won the race, and then that happens. The 15 seconds between when that happened and cut to commercial is the worst I've felt watching a race since the 2020 Ryan Newman crash at Daytona. It went from 100 to 0 in just a split second. Saw the Newman crash live. Saw this one live. It's just sank. It took forever for them to cut away. He was just laying out there cold. But I guess the good news is he's awake and alert. But sending all the positive vibes. It's more about racing at this point. And JC Love even arrived. Check on his buddy. They have a great friendship, man. But that was just so hard to watch. But if he's sat in the ambulance, and I hope it's nothing major. But you can sit up and be conscious, maybe with a severe concussion. Maybe it's just a concussion. Maybe it's a concussion, I don't know. The good thing is they don't race with next week. If he's only concussed, he may not miss that much time, but a concussion will leave you out for a week. For probably about a week. But that's really all I can say, man. You know, I've spent the first 7 minutes talking about it. I might as well just talk about the race and go over the results. I obviously want to talk about him winning, because what happened after just deflated. But 6 wins. Wasn't perfect today. Obviously had that incident with SVG, but even then he was kicking the field's ass today. Like, sure, that incident happened, but he could have passed him before then. He just messed around and let Austin Hill catch up, and then ended up turning SVG. It was obviously intentional. I thought SVG didn't give him that enough room, but honestly, I think he has to get back on the track, and SVG left him absolutely no room to do so. I don't know what Connor was supposed to do differently. But also, I think he messed around too long. Trying to, or just not passing SVG. I just think he messed around too long. I think he wasted too much time, in my opinion. Should have passed him when Hill was over a second back. There's a difference between being patient and too patient. He was the latter. Hill realistically had no business being near the battle for the lead. And how aggressive Shane is, I'm surprised he waited as long as he did, because he should have tried to pass him immediately. He tried to be patient. But SVG's aggressive. Connor could have lifted. He didn't have to. SVG, he didn't have to give him, could have given him a lane, get back in the track, but he didn't have to. He didn't have to give him a lane. That was just good racing gone bad. And with those two, it was bound to happen. It hadn't happened the first 2 times, but it was going to happen eventually. Sometimes shit happens, man. Not really blaming either of them. It was just a good racing incident gone wrong. What are you going to do? Austin Hill. Jesus Christ. I have to talk about this fat fucking tub of fucking water. Here we go, the least obvious Austin Hill terrorism again. That's why no one gave him the benefit of the doubt at Indy. Oh, he raced clean. Oh, he bumped it out of the way. Yeah, that's not clean. Connor hadn't raced really around Hill most of the day. I don't really know why he tried to dump him. He got lucky, he saved it. He tried to spin him out. I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious. Oh, was I getting pushed from behind? No, you weren't. And then this dumbass is door slamming McDowell like 5 times. And he tries to make a pass where you're not going to make a pass. Hooks him, not intentionally, but it was terrible fucking driving etiquette. I don't think he meant to do that, but damn it, man, he jumped 16 race cars. He doesn't get the benefit of the doubt anymore. Does he not ever mean to do it? Or does he ever mean to do it? Just because it wasn't intentional doesn't mean it wasn't avoidable. That was fucking avoidable. Hope everyone's okay, because almost like 20 cars got wrecked because he has no clue how to race, and that was 100% his fault. I'm not saying he did it on purpose. Never say it was on purpose. It's still 100% his fault. That's terrible racecraft. You're trying to make a pass way out there. You ain't gonna make a pass out there, buddy. I'm not saying it was intentional once again, because I've made it pretty clear I fucking hate this dude. But it wasn't intentional. It's just terrible driving from him, per usual. Fucking idiot, man. Didn't learn a damn thing and causes another wreck that takes out 16 cars. Obviously, this one wasn't as intentional as the one at the Brickyard, but this was still this one was just terrible driving. He was never going to clear around the outside before having to file back in there. He should just file back in there, because he had he had the fresher tires at that point, and he was going to pass them. It's not intentional, but it's incredibly stupid and 1,000% in his control. It was lifter wrecking a guy. He decided, I ain't gonna lift, and I'm gonna wreck the motherfucker. And 15 other cars. Because I don't think that corner has spotters. So yeah, the people in the back, they can't fucking see, and then they start piling. God damn, park this dude forever. He has such a terrible history of doing stupid shit. Wasn't intentional, but my god. This dude's fucking frustrating to watch. Austin Hill, turn your NASCAR license in and go on a fucking diet plane. He literally punts the leader, Zillich, for no reason. Door slams the leader, which was McDowell, I think, like 5 times. And then he hooks a car in the worst part of the track. That was the worst possible part of the track. You hook a car. You cannot hook a car in that part of the track. It's the average Austin Hill race when it's not a plate race with everyone single file. That's not what I wanted to happen. Yeah, sure, man. He wants to be the leader of the garage. Remember Dale Jr. laughed at that? I don't think he hooked him on purpose. That was such a bad move. You're behind the guy. Run wide and try to fill a space that doesn't exist. That man should not be in a race car dedicated to a series that has with young driver development. I don't know if Austin Hill made the best decision there. What do you mean? Clearly he made an awful decision. No one can ever make me like this guy. Fuck. This guy's a record doing this stupid shit. Biggest piece of shit in the Xfinity series. But yeah, I'll give the race a 3.5, only because there was an entertaining battle between Zilch and SVG for a bit. Better than that, race was pretty boring. But Sieg and Bilicki spin stage 1, Alfredo and Andy Zada spin. Allgaier wins stage 1, stage 2, Anya Zeta crashes, and Zilch wins stage 2. Stage 3, SVG crashes. 16 car massive crash because of Austin Hill committing terrorism. And then Sanchez crashed and Zilch gets the win. Yeah, Connor Zilch gets the win, led 60 laps, had the fastest lap. Perfect weekend. Sam Mayer second, Sammy Smith third, Austin Hill fourth, Carson Quaffle fifth, Justin Allgaier sixth, Austin Green seventh, Christian Akers eighth after starting in the back today, Brandon Jones ninth, Harrison Burton ran down the top 10, Cass Grawl 11th, Brandon Poole 12th, Dean Thompson 13th, Jesse Love 14th, Jeremy Clements 15th, Jeb Burton 16th, Daniel Dye 17th, Taylor Gray 18th, he's part of that big crash, Stephen Parsons 19th, Austin J. Hill 20th, Glen Reen 21st, Parker Retzloff 22nd, Blaine Perkins 23rd, Nick Sanchez 24th, McDowell 25th, Swallow 26th, had a great car today, Bilicki 27th, Ryan Sieg 28th, Ellis 29th, Kyle Sieg 30th, SVG 31st, Alfredo 32nd, DB 33rd, Pardis 34th, Creed 35th, Herbst 36th, Andy Zeta 37th, and Smithley 38th, and last. Blew up, and there was a Sheldon Creed got turned by Parker Retzloff in this race, and there was that big incident. I took out Sieg, Sawallich, McDowell, Sanchez, Taylor Gray. A bunch of cars were involved in that one. Herbst blew up, I think, had an engine issue. But yeah, that's really all to say for this one. Just thoughts and prayers with Zilch. Hopefully, everything's good. That's really all I gotta say for this one. So, yeah, until next time, have a lot. Peace, and I'll see you for the Cup race tomorrow. Hopefully nothing bad happens there.